Alright guys, back on the air. So, let's get this out of the way here. A medium Alice on my way back here. Don't want to break that antenna. Alright, we're rolling, right? Yep. Alright. So, been a couple days. I've been wanting to get online. I wanted to get online and give you guys an Easter greeting yesterday, but I did not get the chance because I was too busy cooking some stuff. So, cooking up some meat. Yeah. For the Lord's, in the Lord's honor. Cooking up some meat. Stuff I had put away. Especially. Anyway, ended up being kind of tough, so I ate some, and then I threw the rest in the fridge, and I'm going to drag the crock pot out and throw it in there, and that always softens it up. You know, crock pot cooking. Oh yeah. So, just give you a little update on the, I'm going to give you an update on the Eberlestock half track. Give you a little update on that. Then we're going to do a couple more videos. I'm going to talk about the remote military reconnaissance march, Ruck march, which is coming up this weekend. Yeah. It's going to be a tough one. For me anyway, getting old, 50K, for me, it'll be tough, but it's a challenge. Might be more than I could chew, but I'm still going to bite it off anyway, you know, at my age and so on. But the thing is that if you bite off more than you can chew, at least you bit it off and you got something to eat, right? Understand? If you don't take the bite, you don't eat anything. You don't get anything. You don't get anything out of it. So you got to get out there, right? Well, it's only 25 clicks each way. Got a day of rest in between. Figure I'll make a couple videos. So I'm going to have to portion my time for the videos. You won't see any of the videos until I'm back. Okay? You won't see any until I'm back. So it'll be a week from today you'll probably see videos. Right? On the March stuff. Alright, well, I got a bunch of things here. I've been gathering stuff. I've been making a list and checking it twice, right? So, put that up there. So I want to talk about the Eberlestock once again. Done a couple little things to it. Nothing major. But, here it is. I took off those little finger pull things that they put on them. I don't like those. I put on regular old paracord poles, right? Why? So I can loop them together and keep the zippers from coming undone. That's why I do it. And it's perfectly quiet. I mean, it's like having material on material, you know. And then I put 3 USMC sustainment pouches on it. So I put one on each side, one on the back. Right? That looks good. See, this is the thing, guys. You say, well, man, I really got too many pouches. I've really got too many pouches. You know, I get all the, you know, I'm talking in general. This is the average guy like us, like you and I, right? I got all these pouches. I don't know what I'm going to do with all these pouches. You know, it's a stash that you have. When something comes up, you say, man, you know, such and such would go really good with that. I think so. Let me get that out and try it, right? So, there you go. Sustainment pouches. 3 U.S. Marine Corps sustainment pouches on the Eberlestock half track. Looks pretty doggone good to me. Alright, so I got one on each side, one on the back, and I'm going to add a fourth. I'm going to add a fourth one. You're going to say, well, where the heck are you going to do that? On the top? Nah. Nope. It's going to go right here, because I'm going to do a little sewing on this panel. Right? I'm going to do a little sewing on the panel. I'm going to add some Duraflex buckles. Okay. How are you going to do that? Well, I'm going to sew it. So I'm going to do this. See how I weave these together, and then the zipper can't come undone, right? So here's another sustainment pouch. Oop, there with the phone. It'll make noise when it's 15 minutes. Here's another sustainment pouch, right? So that'll go up here, right? So then I'll have 2 sustainment pouches directly on the back, one on each side, right? Okay. Alright, stay there. Yeah, you can stay there now. Alright. So, you say, well, the panel type is going to have some weakness because it's a zipper, right? If you're overfilling it or you put too much stuff on the back, whatnot, right? This is where these buckles come in, right? So I'll sew a piece of webbing on there to where I can just buckle it in. Okay, I'll have a buckle over here and a buckle over here, and then that'll be that. Well, one side and one side, right? You get what I'm saying? And there won't be no adjustment. I won't have any adjustment. So you'll just take one half of the buckle and put a piece of webbing through it, and then you'll make sure that that's sewn very well on here. And then when you close this up with the zipper, then you just fold over this buckle and click it in, and do that on each side, right? Yeah. Might do one on top in the center also. Might do one on top in the center. And I will probably put the females on the panel part that comes off here, because it's more, you know, this little female part is going to be more durable because it has no appendages sticking out. You know what I mean? So then when I zip her back up, you know, there you go. There's a liner bag. So those are things that I'm thinking about doing, and you'll say, well, how are you going to get that other sustainment pouch on there? There isn't any pals up here. Well, I'm going to put 2 rows of pals. I'm going to put a row here, and then I'm going to put a row up here of pals. I'm going to do it with the sewing machine, obviously. Get that on there, and then I'll be able to attach another sustainment pouch up here. Then I'll have 4 sustainment pouches on this Eberlestock half track. You see? Now, I don't know if you guys saw the interior the other day, but this is the interior. It has all these pockets in here. It also has pals webbing on the inside. There's pals there, there's pals here, and there's this place you can put some stuff here, and then you know, it has adjustable buckles so you can plug in there. So if you got like maybe some dirty laundry or whatever you want to isolate from stuff down here. Put it there. Or you can put ammunition packs up there if you got ammunition packs that are kind of an odd load, okay? See, the thing is that anytime you pack a rucksack, you want to try to get the heavy stuff up here, right? High and towards your shoulder blades, because it carries better, alright? Now, if you're in a very rugged mountainous terrain, okay, that could change a little bit. If you're doing a lot of bouldering and climbing around, then you might want to create a lower center of gravity and move that load down. Okay, so your load's going to change depending on your terrain. If you're just rucking in, you've been dropped off at your insertion point, and you're rucking into wherever you're going to do your reconnoitering and whatnot, then you may want to go ahead and move all that load up here. Okay, it all depends on what you're going to be doing. Alright, it's just little tidbits for you. If I can get my hand to work, I'll get this good thing buckled. Alright, so it's got this divider panel here, which is pretty cool. So I'm going to go ahead and pull that down there and pull that down there, and then all I do is I go ahead and drop this, and then I can attach this divider panel. Alright, so I got that divider panel there, and then I could go ahead and segregate equipment top and bottom. Okay. This panel that drops down, that helps to take weight off of this, because this is not real strong, because it just velcroed in place. Okay, so it's fairly strong, but it's, you know, not going to carry 100 pounds of crap. Let's go ahead and buckle it in up there. You got all of these pockets. So there's a pocket there, and there's a pocket here. There's pals here. In the bottom here, it's kind of soft because that's where your rain cover is. Okay, the rain cover is accessed through the bottom, through a zip in the bottom, and it's in there. So this is fairly padded on the bottom just from your rain cover. Now you can pass things through here in the corners because this panel allows it. Right? There's a pass through there. And there's a pass through over there. So if you got a radio, you want to fix your radio in here, set it up in this pocket, and then maybe bungee it or put a little piece of paracord to strap it to that PALS webbing there. You could do that. Run an antenna up and through, because it goes all the way through and out the access port at the top. Right? And then you got your handset. If you want to run your handset through, you can do that too. Okay. There it goes. It's yelling at me. Alright. So, just to finish up here real quick. One thing that would be nice is they've got two divided pockets up here in the top, right, on each side. So there's two pockets. So one big one down here and one big one down here. I'd kind of like that to just be four big ones. That's just my preference, because if I had a smaller radio and I could just shove it in one of these pockets here and then route my antenna relocator, okay, in my handset or my headset if I'm doing push to talk or Vox, okay, then I could run those cables out through the top and yak at people like that, right? If I had it, I could also have, you know, remote control for my radio. I got a couple of those back there in the other room, but I don't like them too much, but some people like that remote control feature for your radio. Yeah. Well, I think that's pretty much it for this for now. I did put some lube on the zips. L.V.I boot guard. It's a combination of wax and lanolin. Just use a little bit, and it gets the teeth working real good. You zip it right up. As with any rucksack, don't put it anywhere where mice or rats can get to it. Alright? Hang it or something, you know. And don't leave any food in your rucksack open to where something's going to want to get in there, right? No, you don't want critters chewing a hole in your sack or your rucksack. Alright guys, see you in another one.